Shalom, beautiful people. I hope you guys are doing well. If any of you are wondering, this is a copper water bottle. I don't know, for some reason I was getting this feeling that some of you have been wondering about this. I drink copper water because of my blood type. Copper actually helps. And it's not, okay. I'm already going all over the place. So this is going to be a fun reading, let me tell you. Okay. Copper has the ability to naturally purify water. So I drink copper water because it's good for you. It really doesn't matter your blood type, but for my blood type in particular, it is especially good for my blood type, right? So if you guys are ever wondering, do some research. Copper is extremely, extremely good for you. Even wearing copper, my mentor makes copper jewelry, and they're fucking beautiful artistic pieces. But wearing copper, like around your neck and stuff, is extremely good for you as well. So if you guys are interested, you can research this copper water. They're not cheap water bottles, but I dropped mine and it got bent, right? But I also dropped it on the concrete. So it lasts forever. The water tastes great. And yeah, I'm all about my water lately. We all need to be about our water lately and be very conscious of our water, because if you are not paying attention and you live in the States, if you're not paying attention to what they're doing to our water system, you need to open up your eyes and pay attention. Really pay attention, man. It's ridiculous. And did you know, everybody talks about how water is like, I'm already going on a rant. Everybody talks about how water is in short supply. Did you know that they have systems to where they can purify ocean water and make it drinkable for us? Not only that, but they found like a huge ocean under a layer of deep water. Like they found an ocean underneath the ocean, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And then man. Okay, let's not get on this shit. I don't know why I just got on that. Okay. Collective, I don't really have any downloads. All I can say is that yesterday I was exhausted. I slept. I took a 4-hour nap and I went to bed. I was in bed by 7. I didn't fall asleep until like 9:30. But man, yesterday, and here's the thing. Some of you guys, I feel like some of you guys in the collective are being really hard on yourself about this energy. What I need you guys to understand, well, I don't need you to understand, and I'm not preaching at you, but this is something that I constantly have to remind myself of, is that first of all, we're not even a full 2 months into the new year. Like, we're not even a full 2 months into the new year. We just got out of the winter season, right? And with all of the shifts that are happening right now in the collective and in the universe as a whole, man, if you're tired, allow yourself to rest. Don't push yourself. Don't be so mad at yourself. There's shit that the collective needs to get done. But at the same time, finding that balance of rest and doing things, like capitalizing. I think we talked about this, but being able to really, truly capitalize on the energy when it's asking you to capitalize on it, right? Like now I've gotten to the point with the readings and stuff like that. I'm not going to do a reading until the energy and until I'm hearing, like, do a collective reading, right? And I'm not pushing myself to do any more than that. We're not in that space right? For the people that I read for, you guys are aware enough to be able to tap into yourself and be able to understand your own energies. You really, truly are. You don't need me. Like, you don't need me. Readers hate to tell people that because they think that they're going to be out of a job. Like, no. Being able to read energies is a skill, but it's a skill because it's something that you've worked on. It's not a skill because it's exclusive to you. Everybody can read energies. Like, in the future, like, do you guys even pay attention to the children? The children are built different. Like, the children are built different. If you really pay attention to what not, okay, we're not going to get into that either. Get into that either. Okay, let's go ahead and pray because I'm feeling kind of, I've already been channeling for myself and I cleared that energy out. And because I haven't prayed and grounded, I'm picking up on a lot of different shit. So let's focus. Let's go ahead and pray, collective. I love you guys. I love your patience with me too sometimes when I go on these rants, but okay. Spirit. I thank you for this time, place, space, moment. I thank you for the lessons received and the lessons yet to come. I thank you for allowing me to ground into my higher self. That's something that you guys need to be praying on too. I thank you for everything that is and everything that is not. I thank you a lot for allowing me to be a vessel to communicate messages to the collective. Ancestors, guardian angels, spiritual teams, ascended masters, I thank you for the love, the guidance, and the protection that you provide through the Most High. I pray that I am able to clearly communicate any messages that I may receive to the collective in the ways in which you deem worthy. Ashe. 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 I'm hearing for some in the collective, there's a need for solitude again. It's like the final lap of this solitude. Maybe it's not really a need. It's a need for you to understand that you're, okay, hold on. Jiminy Cricket. Scatterbrain, man. Collective, the scatterbrain is really real. The scatterbrain is really real. I just went through like 10 different fucking energies with you guys. Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna extend this prayer to allow me to ground in the most important messages that need to be communicated at this time. Allow me to ground in them, please, because I can't communicate this way. Please allow me, Spirit, ancestors, ascended masters, angels, spiritual teams, please allow me to ground in the energies that you need me to communicate to the collective clearly at this time. Okay, some of you in the collective are really going through a scatterbrain. Like, it's really weird. There's a lot of energies that are coming at you, and there's a lot of things that you feel like you need to get done. And Spirit is asking you to go back to the mat. Like, this is a thing, like coming back to the mat and allowing yourself to understand that if we're truly going to be in balance, the way that we need to be in balance, because that is a way of ascension, that is the way of ascension. True ascension comes from balancing the energies. You have to come to the mat. You have to allow yourself to remember this is priority. This should be priority. There's a lot of things that are drawing your attention, right? There's a lot of things that are calling your energy, calling your name, asking you to pay attention to them. If you come to the mat and come back to the mat and ground in yourself first thing in the morning, right? Prepare yourself for the day. Make a list if you need to make a list, if that's how you operate. Make a strong list, stick to the list, and move from there, right? But there's a need to come back here, right? This is where you find your balance. This is where you find your focus, right? There's a lack of focus because there's so much going on. Honestly, there's so much going on. It's no wonder we are getting overwhelmed a little bit. It's no wonder. Have patience with yourself, collective. Let's go ahead and get some cards going. I keep on hearing, remember, there are gifts coming your way. So if you've been... I heard just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not here. Yeah, divine timing is really everything right now. So if you've been hearing a lot of the collective talk about these gifts that are coming in of abundance and just wish fulfillment and stuff like that, and you're sitting around and you're like, well, what the fuck? Excuse me. Just know that divine timing plays a huge role in everything. And like they said, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not here. Look, just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean it's not here. And then many masks come out. This is also 11 portal energy. It's like, okay. I keep on hearing they don't want to see your authentic self. Who doesn't want to see? This is literally like grounding. Okay, so during the prayer, I said, thank you for allowing me to ground in my higher self. This is something that you guys need to start including in your prayers. Including it in your morning ritual, like just simply saying, thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to ground in my higher self, because that is going to allow your true authentic self to fully come into, like, I just saw the process of a flower coming into bloom. Okay. And there are people, collective, that are around you that don't want to see you do this. They don't want to see you take off the masks that you've been wearing for so long. And some of you in the collective are really uncomfortable in this energy because you are so comfortable in the masks and you're so comfortable in the wall that you have built around yourself, that to break down another layer of that wall. I just heard it again. Ogres are like onions. I don't know why. Shrek, man. Watch Shrek. Some of you guys really love that movie and you haven't seen it in a long time. Watch Shrek. But there's a wall that you've built for so long in protection of yourself that to expose your true inner vulnerability is terrifying. And it's not just terrifying to you, but it's terrifying to the people that you surround yourself with. I just heard it's turning into dust. Like these masks are just turning into dust. You cannot exist in a certain type of way, shape, or form in this new earth that's being, I just heard downloaded. This new earth is being downloaded. And you cannot exist in this new earth properly in the way in which you want to if you don't let yourself blossom fully. This is portal energy too. So this is also, if it's portal energy, it's a lesson for the collective. It's like it's an initiation process. This is what a lot of the collective is being initiated in, is allowing themselves to fully be who they are without any restraints. I just saw chains with no chains. Look. And then we got Wheel of Fortune. The time is now to allow yourself to do this. Balancing yourself is really going to help with this energy, collective. Okay. Remember to come back to the mat, balance yourself. I also heard true north is changing. I don't know if you guys know this. But the north that once was is no longer. If you guys don't know, they've had to, the compass is changing magnetically. The north is no longer like what you would think of north. North is actually pointed towards Russia now. Honestly, like magnetically. The magnetic, I don't know how to explain it scientifically. You can research it, but they've had to, what is the word? Please help me with this. If this is what you want me to talk about, please help me. Help. Reprogram. Thank you. They've had to reprogram planes. Because planes, if you don't, I'm sure you guys know this, but once you get into the air with a plane, basically the plane flies itself because it runs off coordinates that are pre-programmed into the plane, right? A pilot basically only does take off and lands the plane, okay? So all planes have had to be reprogrammed because the magnetic field, or the magnetic understanding of where north is, has shifted. North is no longer what you would think of north as, right? North is more towards, it's shifted like this way. I don't know why that was important. I don't remember why we were talking about that. So I think I was talking about that because of this. You see how this is like, it's not north. It's literally, but it is north. It doesn't, north you would think of going here, but this is actually north. And this is that's so crazy. This is relevant to what's actually happening in our earth right now. What does that have to do with? I see. Okay, so if energies are being really finicky right now and just you feel exhausted, the ascension symptoms this time around are so magnified. And part of that is because if the Earth's magnetization is being shifted, what do you think that's doing to you as an individual existing in this dimension? Like your ascension symptoms are so magnetized right now for the collective, and it's because it's so much bigger than the individual. I don't know if I'm communicating this properly, so if I'm not, I do apologize. I hope you guys are bearing with me at this time, because I really do feel that this is really important for you guys to understand, because I feel like for some of you, you feel like because you're of the symptoms that you're going through as the individual, for some of you, you feel like because of that, you're not actually tapping into your authentic self. Like there's a block. Some of you guys are mistaking warning signs for ascension symptoms because if you think about it, right? Like me as an individual, if I'm going to do something and if I get a certain feeling, an energetic feeling, I know that I'm not supposed to do that thing. So you guys are, some of the collective is actually confusing ascension symptoms with alignment, with being out of alignment. And it's confusing the initiation process for you, but this is a part of the initiation process. It's your energy is being magnetized. Like I'm telling you, the other day, there was something that was going on in my family. And I went up, my father asked me for help, and I went up to go and help him. And I'm telling you, the way that I could feel his energy was so magnetized. It was so much stronger than it's ever been before. And that is a part of this. That is a part of the initiation process. And that is also a part of the remagnetizing that's happening on the whole entire earth. It's not just with you. So don't feel like you're alone in this. This is a macro energy that's happening right now, and it's really affecting the individual. So if you're feeling, and that's crazy because 2 and 3, I don't know if you guys know this, but I believe it's 2. 2 represents divine feminine energy. 3 represents divine masculine energy. And you see how they're in balance in this, right? And we just talked about, there's a part of the ascension process is coming into balance with the masculine and the feminine. And that's truly how you're able to unmask yourself, because you realize that because your energy is so magnetized, you no longer need these certain walls and these certain protections that you've put up in the past, because you are so incredibly in balance. You have this innate trust. That's what's going on. The collective is being challenged to truly trust their energy and their ability to detect and deter that which does not serve them. And on a macro scale, that is why you see governments. Okay, apparently we need to talk about certain things today, because I don't want to, because I don't like getting political on this platform. But you know what? That's why you see a lot of governments starting to accelerate the speed in which they're trying to change certain things like digital currency and shit like that. It's really interesting how all of the banks all of a sudden went to shit. There were certain banks that went to shit, right? And then they're like, oh, let's just change everything to digital currency so that so that we can have more control. Because if you're not doing, and if you guys aren't paying attention to this, I would really pay attention to this, honestly. It sounds tedious to some people, but it's not at all. It's absolutely not tedious at all. It's not. I can't say that. My ancestors are like telling me to say shit, and I can't say that. My ancestors are like, pay attention to China. It's so ridiculous, man. It's true though. Like if you're not paying attention, right? Especially if you're in the States, really need to pay attention right now. Like we really need to pay attention right now. And I'm not trying to put fear into you guys, because the honest to God truth is that it's not gonna fucking fly. Honestly, there's so much shift, even with this energy right here, the remagnetization of the earth, like the collective as a whole is becoming stronger. And that is why the governments, I should say, are trying their best to keep the control that they think they have. But they don't have that fucking control that they are thriving, or they're it's like a fiend. I literally just saw like a human being foaming at the mouth. It's like they're fiending for this type of control that they know they don't have, but they want it so fucking bad. And this has to do with your demons too, man. This has to do with your demons. If you guys are really paying attention, the shit that used to resonate with you has no space anymore. It really fucking doesn't. It really doesn't. Like, I have no desire to do the things and to live and exist in a way that I used to. Not like even a month ago. There are things that that were resonating with me and a lifestyle that I used to live that doesn't, I have zero interest in it. Zero interest in it. And yeah, your demons are foaming at the mouth. I mean, I did a video on this. We talked about this, how they're terrified of being left behind. But they don't have to be left behind, right? They don't have to be, and they won't be. And it's really funny. I really love that this picture actually, or this card, actually the compass looks like the sun. And this is another thing that's affecting the energy of the collective, the ascension symptoms. I don't know what it's called. You guys can research it. But there are things, solar flares, they're called solar flares. There are solar flares that are happening that honestly have been happening from the sun that are extremely strong. And it's not just affecting our atmosphere, it's affecting the individual. So all in all, this is what I just heard. All in all, just be patient with yourself. Do the damn thing. Do the work that you have to do, okay? But be patient with yourself. Have the emotional awareness and the energetic awareness to understand what energy you're in and to honor that energy. If you feel like you need to take a nap, take a fucking nap. There's nothing wrong with resting and taking a nap, right? And then when you get up, if you have that energy, create. Do what it is that you have to do, right? To honor and to ascend as the individual on this plane, because there are still things that have to be done. So honor the energies as they're asking you to honor them. Yeah, we'll leave that there. Let's leave that there, okay? I feel like I'm gonna put these over here and let's talk about a new energy, okay? This is the wrong deck. I hope you guys are doing well. I've said that about 5 times. I really do thank you guys for your patience as I work through this energy with you, because sometimes I come in with downloads. Sometimes I just don't. And like today, I didn't come in with the download, but I kept hearing that I should do a collective reading. So it's good shit. I heard too, understanding for some of you who are questioning why we have to talk about the macro. Understanding the macro also helps you to understand you as the individual. I feel like I already said that, but it's being reiterated to me. Like, I don't know, there's sometimes there's just, you don't have to have deep knowledge, right? Like, I don't have a deep knowledge of what certain things are called, right? They gave me solar flare because I asked them to, right? But I don't know what solar flares are, technically. I really don't. I have no idea, but I do know that it's affecting our Earth, right? And if it's affecting our Earth, then it's affecting me as the individual who lives inside this Earth. So having those small understandings of the big things that are happening are going to help you as the individual have the patience that you need with yourself. There's a lot of impatience that's happening. There's a lot of impatience that's going on because you guys, the scatterbrain, you guys are feeling so pulled one way or the other. But truly, if you come back to the mat, I'm going to keep this up. It's family of light. It's another thing that you guys need to understand. This is something that I was thinking about the other day too. It's crazy because a lot of the people that I socialize with don't actually live by me. And we've been talking about these divine unions coming into place, right? Some of these divine unions are just like friendships, lifelong friendships that are coming into place. And some of you are thinking that it needs to be people that are within your immediate community, but that's not necessarily true. I have my one person who is my mentor that lives like 10 minutes from me, and thank God she does. And God did that on purpose, right? That was completely on purpose. Everybody else that I consider to be a part of my soul family does not live by me. Like everybody else, I have to Zoom call. Like we have to get on a call. We have to get on WhatsApp, right? They don't even live in the States, except for one other person, but she doesn't live in the same state that I live in. So soul family comes in many different forms, okay? So just, I don't know why that needed to be said. Some of you guys need to understand that, or some of you guys need to be just reminded of it because you're thinking that, again, you're out of alignment because everybody's talking about these divine unions that are happening and all of your really close friends are not in the same area as you. That doesn't make them not a part of your soul family. In fact, like, honestly, we are scattered for a reason. Ooh, we got it. This is 11 energy too. This is portal energy too. Look at this. We're going to read this out of the book because I don't know what this is. But I love it that there's a fucking flower in bloom. And I literally just had I told you guys, I had the whole process of a flower coming into bloom image. And this is portal energy too. Look, divine masculine, divine feminine, both in alignment, both in balance. And then we have fifth ray of intellectual knowledge. And we were just talking about having the knowledge, having some sort of wherewithal of what's happening. And look at all the mean people around her because she's just fucking glowing. She's just glowing. And this has to do with your authentic self as well, collective. This has to do with the authentic self. When you truly take off those masks that you've put on to protect yourself in the ways in which you had to at that time, I'm not saying that it wasn't for nothing, because it was. There's a reason why we built so many walls, right? There's a reason behind it. So it wasn't for nothing. But when you fully break those walls down and you unleash those chains that you put there, right? We're not projecting this energy onto other people. These are chains that you put there. When you untie those chains, when you break those chains that you put, look at how you don't even pay attention to these fuckers, right? She shines so brightly that you can't even see. You can't even see the other shit that's going on because she walked into the room. She demands a certain type of energy, right? She can shift the energy of a room. And the ones who are irritated by that energy don't want anything to do with her. They will find their way out or they will try and come at her. But I'm telling you right now, you can't come at us anymore. They can't come at us in the same fucking way. It's not going to work. I hope you guys are following me with this. Okay, so we're going to read 29, the pink lady. No, I like it already. Here's me. I love you guys. It says you're in the midst of a heart healing, a healing of the fears and anxieties that have held you back from enjoying your full magnificence. Lady Nada, is here with all her gentle power, washing you in soft pink light. All anger, fear, sadness, bitterness, disappointment, and hurt are soothed and loved into peace. She brings you a sign of your future blossoming into deeper love. I fucking cannot. Okay, you may be burnt out or feeling angry, fear, depression, chronic fatigue, or wait, what does it say? Or comprised wellness. I gotta read it again. I can't with my inability to read sometimes. You may be burnt out or feeling anger, fear, depression, chronic fatigue, or comprised wellness. Compromised. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, Yeshua, help me now. We're gonna do one more time. Reading can be hard, okay? Reading can be hard. You may be burnt out. And it's my first language. Like, look at this shit. You may be burnt out or feeling, you know what's so funny? Never mind. Okay. Jesus. Scatterbrain. Help me now. You may be burnt out or feeling anger, fear, depression, chronic fatigue, or compromised wellness. Not comprised, compromised wellness. Perhaps your heart is so tired that you struggle with compassion fatigue, finding it difficult to care, even though your nature is one of deep compassion and kindness. Or perhaps you have put your heart and soul into something or someone and feel your efforts have been cast aside or taken for granted. Perhaps you are processing a great loss. Whatever the reason, Lady Nada has come to comfort your soul. Your pain will pass and your suffering will be alleviated sooner and more gently than you might expect. Ashe. We're just talking about this. Okay, so it says, if you are at a troublesome point in your life, remember that despite the thorns, the rose has an exquisite perfume. It is a powerful and wise soul that chooses a path that has truly challenging moments. But out of those challenges, great empowerment can be developed. Do not despair if you seem far from the light. This is for my ladies and my gentlemen who are in that dark phase right now. And I'm with you, man. Fucking with you. Do not despair if you seem far from the light. You are simply traveling through darkness for a time. Your inner light is strong enough to see by, even in darkest times. Still, that time will end soon, and you shall release Your inner light is strong enough to see by, even in darkest times. Still, that time will end soon, and you shall realize exactly how much you have grown through the experience. You will find your way into peace and happiness. Trust in your own light within and the loving kindness of Lady Nada's blessing now. Okay. And then let's read 42, if I can read. And I have to pee. Shit. My bladder is just... Okay. The fifth ray of intellectual knowledge has come to you as a spiritual gift. You are being given the ability to find information you need, understand systems that impact your life, and find clarity in any issue that has seemed unclear or overwhelming. You shall sort the truth from the lies and learn what you need to know. The Archangel Raphael now assists you in integrating the blessings of the fifth ray. I need to read this. Discernment is not judgment, but it does allow you to make informed decisions based on frequency. Yo, didn't I just tell you guys? Didn't I just say Your ability, collective, to read the energy and to understand the energy is so amplified right now. Discernment I just heard discernment 2.0. Like this is a whole new energetic frequency. When you choose to associate with people who are on a higher frequency, everyone benefits. If you choose to associate with people on a lower frequency than your own, you may feel your life moving more slowly, becoming harder than it needs to be. Discernment helps you navigate through illusion and find the real gems. It helps you step back from those who say they want to support you, but who actually just want to take and not give in return. We don't have any room, and this has to do with the soul family. We don't have room anymore for people who don't mean what it is that they say. Like, I'm telling you, collective, there are certain people from the past that have been trying to come back into my energy, and I don't even resonate with them anymore. And I have zero desire to be honest with you. Just being honest, I have zero desire to resonate with certain types of energies anymore. I don't have to. I don't want to. It's not necessary. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve my higher purpose. And that's perfectly fucking fine. And I feel like the collective needs to be reassured that it's perfectly fucking fine. Like, what once was can no longer be. Straight up. What once was can no longer be. Collective. Like, don't fight it. Just go through. If you have to mourn the situation. Allow your heart to heal, right? Allow the heart healing to happen. But through the process, allow your energy to shine in the way in which it wants to shine at this time. We're going to get a final message because we're already 42 minutes in and I have to pee and I don't, It's so interesting when I think that I'm going on rants and Spirit's like, no, this has everything to do with what we're talking about. It's not a rant. And I have to say this too. This is just like the idea. Okay. We're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about it. I want to talk about this real quick. Okay. There's this idea going around. Okay. And I have to speak on it. That because the vessel that you exist in this dimension, is of a certain skin tone or of a certain genitalia, it means that you are superior to others. Let me tell you something. If you are buying into this ideology, if you are buying into this nonsense, you are lost. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to tell you right now, you're lost. You're lost in it, right? This is a vessel that we exist in. This is not our soul, right? This is just the fucking vessel. And I'm going to tell, and there's people who are like, well, if you're a certain skin tone, then your genes are stronger than everybody else's genes. That is false. That is fucking false. Let me tell you something. Every single human being, no matter where they come from, what their genitalia is, what color they exist in, what nationality they are, it doesn't fucking matter. None of it matters. Geographical location, none of it matters. None of it matters. Every single human being who exists in this dimension, on this earth, has the ability to hold 13.5 billion years of information within our cellular system, within our DNA. It doesn't matter what you see on the outside. None of it fucking matters. 13.5 billion years of information, which just so happens to be how old this earth is. So you sitting there buying into this idea that because of a certain thing that you exist in makes you superior or better, than somebody else who doesn't exist in that thing, in that vessel on this dimension, you're wrong. I'm sorry, but you're fucking wrong. It doesn't matter. 13.5 billion years of information, which just so happens to be how old the earth is everybody's ability. Every single human being's. Get the fuck out of here with y'all low it's low vibrational, man. It's such low vibrational thinking that it's astonishing to me that as a collective we could be tapping into such high consciousness, and so many people are stuck in this fucking shit of thought. I can't. Ugh. My ancestors tell me all the time, do you even understand how many different places on this earth and different vessels you have existed in on this earth? You really think that shit fucking matters? It doesn't matter. None of it matters. None of it fucking matters. If we all got past the stupid shit that the 100 people at the top want the 8 billion people to think, could you imagine how our society in this earth would just ascend so much more quickly, and ascend the love that would be given? It's insane the things that they use to divide the collective. It's insane to me that it actually fucking works at this point. It's so sad. Honestly, it's sad. We just had to say that. For those of you who have been like wanting other people to feel guilty about some shit that they have no reason to feel guilty about, like, check yourself. Check the information. Really do your research. Straight up. Do your fucking research. Watch people like Billy Carson. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. It's not welcome in my space. I'm going to say that right now. It's not welcome in my space. You guys are lost. You're fucking lost. And you're allowing the people to do it. You're allowing the people to deter the true essence of you, man. It's ridiculous. Keeping you thinking about shit that doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of hearing about it. Nah. My ancestors are so funny. They're like, just do you, boo. Just do you, boo. It's all good. They'll catch up one day. The fuck? Or they won't, and they'll destroy the earth. It's that simple. Either way, I'm going back to my fucking star family. I don't give a fuck. Straight up. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. A message to pass on. Pass on this information. What are we passing on? What are we passing on? Are we passing on this low dive? Look, 4242. Look that number up, y'all. 4242. I don't know what that means. But it's a number to pay attention to. Pass 4242. Pass on this low vibrational consciousness. Pass on it. You don't need any of that shit. 4242. You don't need that shit. That shit's not for you. Dig deep. Find the truth. Find the fucking truth of what's actually going on. You guys want to turn against each other when everybody should be turning against the people at the top who are trying to fucking divide us. Your anger is misplaced. It's extremely misplaced. You want to look at somebody who doesn't even fucking know you and be mad at them for what? No. Your anger is misplaced. And it needs to be harnessed. It needs to be alchemized. Allow yourself to feel that anger, but alchemize that anger into true fucking power. Fire energy, baby. What's happening? The passion's coming out, man. My hands are tired. It's funny because I have to make capsules today. I got cramps in my hands. Look, message of freedom. Okay, that's not for this. Okay, can we get a final card, please? Because I really have to go to the bathroom, and it's hard for me to pay attention. It's hard for me to focus. I'm like starting to sweat. That's a lot, and I don't know how I feel about it. Okay. Respect source, fears, regrets, love, and loss. Okay, I just heard sources teaching you how to respect the process. Sources teaching the collective how to respect the process of balancing. Like, again, this is divine masculine and divine feminine energy. The regrets card is divine masculine and divine feminine energy. I see it going like this. I just heard Trinity. I'm sorry if I seem irritated right now. I have to pee so bad. I just heard Trinity, okay? Body, mind, soul. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Understanding the loss and the fears that you are alchemizing right now. That is being shifted. That is being released, I heard. This stuff is being released so that you can exist. Here's another Trinity. Body, mind, soul. Soul is source. Your body, you're respecting your body, and the mind is love, is what I'm getting from this. So this is what you guys are, oh my God. This is what you guys are transmuting and transforming in your lives. Okay, I'm really sorry if that's a horrible ending to this reading, but I really have to pee, and I love you guys. I hope that this did what it was supposed to do. I love you. I will see you soon. I'll probably do another reading either today or tomorrow because I want to get deeper into this stuff. I'll see you guys soon.